Okay, this week's free pick, Borders Group, BGP, the bookstore. This is a cheapie. Okay, this trade isn't based on fundamentals. Of course, none of our trades are. They're all based on the chart pattern and technicals. Where the group is based on the trading action of a certain stock. So right now, the group, meaning all traders involved in the stock, look like they were facing bankruptcy down here, and I think they had some news saying bankruptcy is probably off the table. Now, don't quote me on that. Again, I do not trade on news, but I'm just trying to show you that that's the reason I believe for this spike. Check the news for yourself. But then you've got a kind of a lower high here, and then a couple equal days at $1.35. Okay, so our call is Borders Group. Now, interrupt myself here because, as we always like to say, we don't know how the market's going to open tomorrow, nor do we know how Borders Group BGP is going to open tomorrow. So if it opens at down here to $1.10 or up here to $1.60, the trade is off, and we may look for a subsequent different type of entry. But everything we do is based on intraday action. In other words, how it trades once the market is open. So that's important to recognize. And that's why we send the follow-up videos the following night to show you if we traded our free pick for the week and how we traded it, kind of as an after-the-fact teaching tool, if you will. So, but all things opening relatively normal, be looking to enter BGP at if it gets up to $1.36 tomorrow. You have a potential catalyst here of $1.40 if it breaks this recent high, and the high from this day is $1.43. So if it gets to $1.44, you have, in other words, you have stacked catalysts, we like to call them, forming this kind of wedge pattern, flag pattern, whatever you want to call it. So if it breaks out of this to the upside, again, nice volume here. This could get a nice percentage move to the upside. Now, this is only meant as an intraday trade. And if it doesn't even trigger tomorrow but stays sideways, I suggest you keep it on watch every day because we might be looking for a nice breakout one of these days. I'm not willing to hold this one overnight because I don't know if one of these days they're going to come out and mention bankruptcy or something. So too dangerous for me to hold overnight. Before an intraday trade, we may get a nice percentage move. And keep in mind, 10, 15, 20 cents on a $1.30 stock is a nice percentage move. So might get a nice, decent little trade out of Borders Group. I am, just to show you, IMMU from today is another cheapie, just to prove that cheapies can work. Gapped up this morning, so we put it on watch in our chat room. I'll show you a 15-minute candle entry we chose. Consecutive lower tops here. Try to get my drawing tool up if I can. You had our 15 setup, consecutive lower tops there, nice pattern after the gap up. And we called this, these are 15-minute candles. We called this today at 327 as it broke this one with a worst case stop at 323. That's 4 cents risk. And from 327, this went all the way to 355 and almost a 10% gain there on 4 cents risk. So the cheapies can work. And Borders Group is the only cheapie we have on watch for tomorrow, but it's still interesting nonetheless. So we will follow up as we always do. With a video tomorrow to let you know if and how we traded this one. And please only trade with money you can afford to lose and use tight stops. And you can always control your risk with your position size too, okay? That's an important, I guess an important lesson that a lot of people fail to realize. You can almost take any trade as long as you control your position size, okay? Because this is a $1.30 stock doesn't mean, oh, I better go 10,000 shares, okay? Then you're putting too much risk on the table, depending on, of course, your account size and all that. So again, I'm going to stop babbling. We'll follow up tomorrow night with a video on what we did with this, if anything. Have a great night.